All right, moving on with the second Attila mission of the Great Ride.
Now that the memories had stirred, Father Armand seemed eager to tell his tale. He explained how the Huns, like the other barbarians, had a style of warfare dramatically different from the ancient Romans or my own Franks. The Huns would charge as one group, often firing arrows as they came, and then suddenly retreat again. For the nations of Europe, who were used to forming up lines and columns, and even issuing challenges for personal combat, this was an aberration. They were unable to comprehend warfare in this manner. Barbarians did not conquer lands. They did not try and hold and colonize the cities they attacked. Instead, they ravaged and pillaged, and took their loot back to their camps. By that time, there were two Roman empires, the government having decided that the Roman lands were simply too vast for one city to manage effectively. Attila and the Huns began a series of raids into the Eastern Empire.
Alright, so raid the Roman villages. Once you have enough resources to build a forward base, then we can attack the Romans. Each of the small villages has a certain resource that we will need in order to build us a suitable camp and army. So this is a raid, get what you can, get out. It depends on the type of resource we're getting. They'll have different objectives. Do note the location of resources, and we're still confined to the Castle Age. We do start in the eastern section as the yellow, with some cavalry but no villagers. We need to take villagers as we go. The Roman army does have a fortified base over here. We'll get to that later. And, yeah.
The Eastern Roman Empire is fielding their army. We must hasten with our raid so that we have enough resources to train our own army.
Alright, so like I said, we'll be needing to ravage some towns here, and we'll be starting with Sofia. We'll let our cavalry archers deal most of the damage here. That way, protecting our own
Let
forces.
us raise the Sofia town center with our Tarkans and see what loot we may find.
Frankly, this map, I prefer going in a circle, going counterclockwise from where we started. Alright. So, in order to destroy the town center effectively, we want to get as many civilians as possible. That way they are not shooting as much arrows into our forces. But first, let's start with the barracks so they don't create any more troops. Which our Tarkans are suitable to. Actually, we'll let our Tarkans do that job while we take care of the villagers outside. There we go. There. Alright, we had one villager get in, but that's okay. Not a problem. Now again, you don't have to destroy everything. They recommend you just raid to get what you need and run. For some of these towns we will encounter, that will be the case. But for others, such as Sofia,
The Sofians had much food stockpiled in their town center.
you can destroy everything if you want to. But I'll show you that it really doesn't. You really don't need to destroy anything else besides the town center for the Sofians. There will be no, as far as I remember, there's no extra resources in these houses. Well, let me double check. Roman scout! Ha! No more scouting for you. And I'll usually set my guys to a flank formation. That way we have more, we can view more territory as we move on. Anyway, on to the next place. This mission isn't too bad. Ooh, okay. This one's gonna be a little hard. Diraccio.
I remember this place. They took several of our raiders prisoner before. We must rescue our Hun brothers held at the castle before they are executed.
Okay, so this one is a rescue mission. Well, this is played as the Teutons. They have a castle where our troops are being held. We will need to rescue them. I recommend severely not, that spear. Okay, let's get out of there because they have an onager for defense. Don't attack that fortified area head on. It's not a good idea. I want to take care of as many of the forces that I have available since they are only so few. Another scout. Leave him. We do have to be careful, though. Exercise caution. The castle is over here. We're going to need to break down the gate in order to get inside. Now, we've taken care of most of their forces, so that's for now, anyway. But again, you saw they had archers and an onager up here. They have a few more forces up in that palisade. The palisade encloses them. They can't really go anywhere unless you break them out. There's no need to break them out. Now, we have to make this quick. As the castle will be firing on our troops. We're just going to get in and get out. Grab our people and get out. Hope this goes well. Castle's up in here in this corner. There it is. That's the palisade. Alright, stay close enough to the castle until your men can bust them out. Excellent. Retreat! Run! Whew! Okay. Rescue achieved. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. Whoops. And... yeah, it's just, right now, just decimating towns and destroying everything. Okay. Good. You do not need to... oh, by the way, we destroyed the Sophians just because that's the way they were. All they had was the town center, really. You do not need... your objective is not to destroy any of these towns. You can if you want to, but it's not necessary for victory. Right now, we've rescued our Hun brethren. Let us just run. Well, let's take a few with us. Now we have hussars. Might as well decimate some of the civilian population. There we go. Let's keep moving. Now you can come back to any of these towns and whatever, or you can go whichever way you wish to win in terms of... ah, shoot, we almost had him. In terms of which towns you want to go, we do have a gold mine in the south here. Again, take note of that, at least of its general location. It's a fairly big one, too. Let's continue our raid. Ah, Thessalonica. Or Thessalonica, I suppose. Do be wary, this town has priests. Let's just go.
Huns do not need houses. Let us burn these to the ground, and then take these villagers with us.
There we go. There's another priest around here somewhere, I think. Alright, so we do get to have villagers now. Just need to get rid of these archers and destroy the house.
Locals speak of wild Scythians that dwell somewhere nearby. We should be cautious.
Right. Let's get rid of these houses. Let's save the marketplace. I have a feeling we can use that later. Now you notice again, we do not need houses. Our pop limit is set at 75. Take careful note of that for the future, though. We'll leave the market standing for now. There's a fair chance we might want to issue trade. You are able to trade with enemy markets. Now, I do not think we can kill the villagers. Or at least, well, we technically can, but we don't. Let's just destroy this last house here.
Now these peasants will do our bidding. Let us find a suitable location to establish our camp.
Alright, now we have villagers. So we can establish a camp, which is good. I do know of a suitable location that we can go. There we go. Again, we'll leave this up for now. This way we can come back and we can use that to our wealth and advantage. I do know of a location to set up our town. It is going to be... We have to go full circle for now. Ooh, that's a priest. Alright, next is Adrianople. Famous site where the Goths defeated the Romans. Which I think is 300 years after the Huns came, I believe. Aetius, the Goth. Or no, not Aetius. Titus? No. It's Theodoric the Goth, maybe? I can't remember. I'm blanking on my history lesson. Sorry, I'm usually prepared. Anyway, it was that battle where the Eastern Roman Empire and Western Roman Empire were supposed to come together to fight the Goths. But, actually, it might have been around the time of the Huns. Yeah. No, it was around this time, I suppose. Anyway, but the Eastern Roman Empire wanted all the glory, or maybe it was the Western Roman Empire wanted all the glory, and decided to foolishly attack the Goths when he thought that their camp was open, when in fact a lot of their cavalry was elsewhere.
The gold mines of Adrianople deserve to be plundered. Let's destroy all of their mining camps.
There we go. Stop that. So these are the only civilians we get at the moment. We will not get any more. We will have to make our own civilians. And we get more gold mine ability right now as well. So this is good. Actually, to be honest, we could set up camp here, but again, I know of a better location.
Roman gold. There is no other metal that shines as sweetly.
Indeed. Alright, so we have visited most of the towns. We are missing the town of Nisus, which I do know its location as well. It is... Well, I'll tell you, well, no, I really can't establish a camp until I get some lumber. So... let's head back up here and near the Sulfians with our villagers. I know Nisus. I did sort of miss Nisus. I think it's been a while since I played this mission. I think Nisus is in this big block section that I missed. We need to go to them to acquire the wood. We're gonna need to build our town center. Because we got a really good starting amount of resources, but we just need that wood. I know it's around here somewhere. Don't worry, once I'm base building and building up my army, I'll just skip to the important bits, so don't worry. I know it seems a little boring at the moment. Here we go. At least this is part of it. Well, it would be. I need to go further over here. Our villagers coming around. Ah, here we go. Okay, so this is a location where I mostly put my my camp due to the extensive amounts of gold here and wood. to be found, so this is where I'm going to be putting a pitching tent. And to be honest, I really kind of went the wrong way around, I realize now. My bad. Oh well. Here we go.
The town of Nisus produces the best lumber in the region. Let us take all we can by destroying these lumber camps.
Destroy them. This is how you get enough wood. And once they destroy that, we can get our town center going. Alright, just one more, or maybe two more, I can't remember. Nisus. Yep, one more. There we are.
We have captured all of Nisus's lumber.
Excellent. Alright, and that is all the towns visited. Let's go ahead and plant us a town center while our forces ravage the rest of the Niceans, I suppose. Now, you will notice that we have visited all the 5 towns, and we have the Eastern Roman Empire. There we go. But what of the Scythians, you're asking, or I bet you're wondering. Well, we'll get to those in a minute here. Don't worry about that. Once I get everything settled with my town center, we'll go and pay them a visit to these wild Scythian women who live somewhere nearby. Just need to get my building going. Excellent. Now
That we have a base, we must train many riders to withstand the Roman attack, and then go on the offensive.
alright. Gonna build as much villages as we can. So, new objective is to train an army and destroy the Roman fort by leveling their town center. We'll get to that. In the meanwhile, let's do a wee bit of exploring.
Beyond this moat is the Roman fort. We should avoid it until we are ready.
So yeah, by doing that, we will be attacked. The Romans are pretty powerful. We're not going to engage them anymore. I just wanted to show you what happened if you tick them off. Go, my riders. Kill that crossbowman. But we're not going to mess with them right now. We have other things to worry about. And if we keep moving south, you'll find this. How interesting. Actually, I better focus on my people up here for a second. I need to get working on some farms as soon as possible. Good. Got that. Oh, I don't have enough food. Okay, hold on. Let me get a market. And let's build this market here. This way they can go down, all the way down here, trade with our Thessalonica market, and get us more gold, just in case. But I need one. I need to mark it up anyhow. I need to trade enough food. Get that cheese out of the way. Can we destroy this? I don't think they're able to destroy these. That's okay. we'll get started on our military aspects. Now, for the Huns, I'm mostly going to be going with cavalry for this attack. And let's see. I don't know if I want Tarkans to get a castle. Well, no, I can't use that. I'm going to need a siege workshop to get onagers. We're going to go with I can't get cavaliers. We'll go with knights. And I suppose we could go pikemen. The Romans will have a lot of cavalry, and cavalry archers will be a good base. Yes, that'll do nicely. We use up all our wood doing this, but that's okay. Once I get a market up, we'll be fine. Blacksmith, I need a archery range. Here, let's cut one of those for now. Yeah, these are the buildings I'll be more focusing on. Excellent. Good, you're done. Let's buy some food here real quick so we can get heavy plow. Excellent. Now we've got a fair enough base at the moment. Now, to my knowledge, the Romans... Well, actually, no, they will be attacking sometime soon. Or at least they do make attempts to attack you, or your base. You'll need to watch out. Oh wow, we can... good, we can appropriate their own farms. Excellent. Alright.
I do not like the looks of this.
Indeed, I agree.
You are most foolish to trespass here. If you bring us 6 of your villagers, we will make it worth your while.
So, here is the Scythian wild women. They're a little camp. This is an optional objective to bring 6 villagers to them. But it will pay off. We will eventually do this objective, but for right now, I'm just going to focus on resources and building up an economy, building up my base, and preparing myself. That's the current objective. Now again, notice we only have 75 pop limit at the moment. Oh, by the way, there are 2 entrances to the Roman camp. One's into the north.
If we attack the Roman fort with too few soldiers, we will surely die.
There's the southern entrance as well, so we have 2 places to attack them. In the meantime, I'm just going to cut the video until I feel it good enough. I'm going to be making some trade carts as well. We're going to get some trade flowing. Everything will be happy. So I will be seeing you in a bit. Alright, so it's been, I'd say, about 15, maybe close to 20 minutes. I finally got my full army prepared, and we're going to be just donating some civilians. Recommended first, reach your pop cap with your troops. We still got some civilians back in the base, so we're still getting resources. And let's see what they give us.
We thank you for this gift. Your reward waits in the clearing to the north.
Completely forgot that I need to have another unit join them. My bad. So yes, we do get a reward of sorts, which is nice. And actually, technically, we could use this extra to build a few more units. So let's do so. Just before. Totally meant to do it. All worked out in the end. We do have our army prepared. I go with battering rams, and these are filled with pikemen due to the Romans, I believe, having a fair amount of knights, I think. Our own army is consisted of the Tarkans and the cavalry archers we started with. I've added some extra cavalry archers of my own, plus knights. I feel having the big mix is good to have with this sort of attack. It's generally just all cavalry, but I need to have the barracks units inside the battering rams. That way we can it'll assist us with. Let's cut you down and that way we can have the rams move faster. Now you could technically have them move even faster, I believe, if you upgrade it to long swordsmen. But if there's any sort of knights in there, those spearmen will help. Right, now we've got again a full number. Let's go find our reward. And what a reward it is! We get hunting wolves plus petards. Petards? Ah, whatever. Anyway, we have gotten a great reward, and this, of course, took us right over our pop limit, but that's good. It matters not. So, let us prepare for our assault on the Roman fort. These petards will be very useful in wiping out the front gate to start off our attack. Let's just go ahead and break down these towers. Might as well. Now again, main objective here is to destroy their town center. So we're going to need to try and push towards that, if at all possible. We will need to most likely deal with the military buildings first, but we'll see how it goes. Charge! We're gonna blow down the gate with these guys. They'll push for the towers next. Excellent! Go for the military buildings. Excellent! Alright, push. We have infiltrated. Hunting wolves are actually a really useful unit as well. Ah, there's their cavalry. Unfortunately, my battering rams are not quite in there. They can't really help. Alright, battering rams, disgorge your units. Alright, men, push. Go. Let's head to the town center. There she is. Go. Destroy the Romans. Be careful of going too far in. They do have a castle over here, I think. So be wary of that. Perhaps they don't.
This is ransacked our fort. I fear for the future of the Empire.
Maybe they don't have a castle. Right. And there we have it. The end of this fort. Haha. Alright, so that was that mission.
The Roman city of Nisus was erased from the earth. The Huns so devastated the place that when the Roman ambassadors passed through to meet with Attila, they had to camp outside the city on the river. The riverbanks were covered with human bones, and the stench of death was so great that no one could enter the city. Many cities of Europe would soon suffer the same fate. The ambassadors that the Romans sent to Attila concealed an assassination attempt. Somehow, Attila knew of the attempt on his life and sent the terrified assassin back to his emperor with the gold he had been paid to do the deed in a sack tied to his neck. Following such a demonstration, the Huns had no difficulty convincing the Eastern Roman Empire to start paying them a tribute, protection money, to stave off the inevitable Hun invasion.
Alright, so that was the end of the Great Ride. Next, the walls of Constantinople.